Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing another how-to. I know there's been a few how-tos in the last 3 or 4 weeks. This week, unfortunately, I snapped my bars before I could actually get any recording of a session. I'll put a clip in here of what the bars look like. Luckily, I didn't actually fall or anything like that, so I didn't hurt myself. However, I did not let that stop me. I recorded a bunch of foot jams at Thrashers on Patrick's bike, and I also got Vin to do a few foot jams for me so that I could do this how-to foot jam. Foot jams are really simple tricks to learn, and they're definitely worth learning right in the beginning when you start riding. They help a lot with bike control, and when you get them dialed, you can add them into almost any line. If you mess up on a competition run, you can add it into a competition run and it looks good. It makes your riding flow better. So they are definitely worth learning from the start. Awesome. So before we get into the steps of a foot jam, although not necessary, I would definitely recommend learning how to tire tap as well as airing a quarter, because it helps you get the understanding of leaning your body weight in towards the quarter. These are not necessary. You don't have to learn tire taps before foot jams, but I just found that it does help. Awesome. Step 1 would be to find a quarter that you're comfortable flying out onto the deck of. As when you foot jam on the deck of the quarter and not inside the lip. Step 2, pump the lip as if you were going to use it as a flyout, because obviously you want to foot jam on top of the deck. The pump for foot jam is really important, as that's what helps shift your body weight forward into the foot jam and helps you get a more controlled foot jam. Step 3 would be to slightly carve as you're leaving the lip, because you want to foot jam parallel to the face of the quarter. While you're slightly carving, you're going to remove your foot from your pedal and start preparing to jam into your front wheel. Step 4, jam your foot into the front wheel and start compressing your body into a ball to control your foot jam. Step 5 would be to start leaning a little bit more forward and dropping your shoulder in towards the quarter, and then pushing off the front wheel and hopping off the front wheel with your foot. Step 6 would be to place your foot back onto the pedals and basically spot your front wheel into the quarter and roll away from your first foot jam. Sweet. So, the common mistakes with foot jams. The first common mistake that I see a lot is not pumping the lip hard enough. The pump is really important in a foot jam because it throws your body weight forward so that you can actually get your back wheel steep enough to control the foot jam. The steeper the foot jam is, the more stable the foot jam is going to be. If you do not pump the lip hard enough, what will happen 90% of the time is you'll basically get into the foot jam and not have enough momentum to lean forward, so you'll just slip back onto your back wheel and not actually initiate a foot jam. The next big issue that I see, because I have it personally with my foot jams and I'm busy working on them, is not turning your foot. When you foot jam, you don't want to foot jam straight with the wheel. You want your foot to be slightly turned when you're foot jamming, because what that does is basically turns your knee and your hips towards the quarter, so that when you hop out of the foot jam back towards the quarter, all of your weight and your body is open up towards the quarter, so it's easier to get back into the quarter's lip. If you don't turn your foot, basically what will end up happening is you can still land the foot jam, but you won't be rotating the full 180. You'll land sideways and maybe slide out, or you'll land sideways and slide a bit and then roll away, which is what I do most of the time. The last common issue that I see a lot is the dreaded DJ. The DJ is where you jam your foot and your foot moves basically, and that obviously stops your wheel from being stationary. So you either go over the bars. 90% of the time with the DJ, you end up going over the bars, as it happens when you're hopping back into the quarter. The only way to stop this is when you're hopping back into the quarter, do not pull your foot back. You want to just hop straight up, and then once you've hopped, move your foot back onto the pedal. The other common cause of the DJing is basically not committing to jamming your foot and your entire body weight onto the front wheel. You want to make sure that you get all your weight onto the front wheel and your foot jammed into that wheel, so that the wheel comes to a complete stop. Sweet. So just a recap of the steps on how to foot jam. Step 1 would be to find a quarter that you are comfy with. Step 2 would be to pump the lip like you are going to fly out. Step 3 would be to slightly carve off the lip and take your front foot off the pedal to prepare for the foot jam. Step 4 would be to jam your foot into the wheel and compress your body into a ball. Step 5 would be to press off the front wheel to hop towards the quarter. Step 6 would be to spot your landing and roll away from your first foot jam. Foot jams are really a simple trick to learn, and I definitely suggest learning them. It'll take you probably a session to learn them and probably another 2 sessions to dial them in perfectly. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it helps you learn how to foot jam. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for the next video. Sweet!